What's going on, guys? Welcome back to your pre-market watch list. Let's get ready to rock and roll on today's market. It's Monday. Everybody's still wondering when the market's going to stop going down. Today could very well be the day. So what we'll first do is take a look at the NASDAQ here. You can see we've been going through a nice long bounce pretty much all of this morning after the weekend sell-off. So really this is how we're watching the market today. So first things first, when we look at the NASDAQ on a 1 year, 1 day chart, you will see that we pretty much came all the way down to our one deviation, a low risk bottom bounce support. You can see the market went to a solid green day yesterday, all buying volume, very minimal selling volume. We show you the ultimate volume system here. You can see that primarily everything from Friday was buying with just minimal selling, as the day concluded on Friday. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to show you guys the 4-hour chart. So when we go look at the 4-hour chart, we've been kind of trading around our 4-hour one deviation mark for the past couple days. So for me right now, the 305 is the significant price point. You know, on Friday we broke over, ran up, then we broke down below, went towards our support, then we got back up and over. You can see this morning we broke down below, we came to it again here, we rejected away from it, then we broke above. So in the immediate, if the market's going to kind of sustain its bullishness, we would anticipate the market's not going to go back down below 305.05. So if the market does start to come down, start to get weak below 305.05, again, that's where we'll say, okay, maybe the market is seeing some weakness. But for right now, the market's pretty strong on today. We're over that 305 mark, so we're going to continue watching the market long bias. We are specifically watching NIO long bias. Friday, NIO went below our support level, which was $37. It went all the way down to 31 or 32. So our pinpoint accurate price point of 37 broke, but the long zone is still there. So by the end of the day, Friday, we actually reclaimed the one deviation mark, which is bullish. And then today we gapped down, and on the 4-hour chart, we're still holding this half deviation. So the way that this trading progression looks like is Friday, we sold below our exact price point, got bought up, closed over it by Friday, gapped down today to the half deviation support held. Now we're getting over the previous 4-hour candle, probably going to go to try and fill the gap today. So we do think that it's time to be long NIO, and the market is going to reverse. And even if it doesn't right now, it's still a low risk zone, much lower risk than trying to buy here at 44 or buying here at 41. The fact that we're down here around the 30s and whatnot, it's more of a low risk zone to be long. So even if somehow the market continued going down and this bottom gave out, you'd be in a lower risk zone with a much tighter stop loss. So for the time being, we're currently long NIO, already have positions on. And for right now, we're pretty much going to be targeting back to $44 on NIO. Okay, so if you look at this trend right there, that's our price target back on NIO. That to me would be the easiest obtainable long target in the immediate formation with the stock. Looking for anything over 44 to me doesn't actually make sense without a pullback, right? So we can go through 44, but to go through 44 without a pullback first, not probably going to happen. So for now, the easiest, smoothest momentum move on a long price prediction that we feel is possible is $44 for right now. So the only way that's actually going to happen is if we go back and look at the NASDAQ and the NASDAQ successfully bounces. So if the NASDAQ successfully bounces, we could predict that it's probably going to bounce somewhere back to 317 to pretty much 317 to call it 315, pretty much 315 to 317. If in the event the market does bounce back up to the daily 9 moving average to half deviation zone, which is very possible, that would be enough of a bounce on the market to probably get NIO to 45, and then the NASDAQ would probably do a slight pullback here, which would create the pullback on NIO at 37 or 44. That's what I said. So anyways, we're still long biased the market. It's holding over 305. We wanted to be long biased the market as we started to get into this 304, 305 zone to begin with. So if this is just a correction in the market, we should bounce here because corrections will normally drop. Okay, corrections will drop, bounce, give out that bottom, put in a new low, and then they'll bounce. So if this is a true correction in the market and nothing more, we should start getting long and bouncing from these price points on the NASDAQ. All right, so something else that we'll touch on, because I know everyone loves Tesla. Tesla is pretty much the same exact thing as NIO. You can see they have the same exact formation. They both have the gap down today. And right now on the upside, Tesla's target would be 624 to start, with the target as high as 673. So pretty much the same formation on Tesla as you have on NIO for the time being. All right. What we'll also do is go over and take a look at SPY. If you look at SPY, SPY is pretty much trading very similar to the NASDAQ, but it hasn't had such a dramatic sell-off. So I think really it's more important to put weight on the NASDAQ rather than the S&P 500 for the time being. Now, a popular penny stock that had jumped up today was EYES. So this was a popular stock from Friday, had a really gigantic move all the way from $1 to 10. Today it's been grinding up. We just broke a bull flag right here, and now we're pretty much back to retesting the previous high. So there's a lot of traders watching this today. It's still strong. You should be looking for a break over 9 later in the day, but you probably don't want to be looking for a break, you should be looking for a break over 989 later in the day, but probably not now because this is the first attempt of price breaking 10 since it made the 10, right? So we have hit 10, pulled back, and now this is the first attempt at breaking 10. It normally pulls back, right? And then it would maybe bounce later and break. So we'll see, but I'm really not that crazy about EYES because I know that this was the big day for it. That's usually where the easiest long is going to be. Now everything's probably going to be slightly more confusing and choppier. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it, but this is one of the most popular stocks today, and it was one of the most popular penny stocks on Friday as well. So long-term charts, you really don't have the best read for it, but if in the event you do break the highs, I would only target at most like maybe 1320 on EYES for the time being, which is the 3 deviation mark on the intraday chart. So you would only anticipate if it breaks 10 that at most for the time being you could hit maybe $13. Okay. Let me just touch on one more thing here. What was it? OPGN. So OPGN again is just another penny stock this morning that did kind of push up, pull back, push up again, pull back. This is just another popular one this morning that people are watching. We wouldn't typically think this is going to have much more of a long move. You can see that we came out of a flag pattern here, broke up, then we sold off to low risk bottom bounce zones. We've bounced back into some intermediate resistance. So really this just looks like a bottom bounce back to resistance that sells off and doesn't really do a whole lot more from here on out. So probably wouldn't put too much strength into OPGN for today. You'd probably be better off just watching EYES. But to wrap it up, we're pretty much staying long bias the market. We're long NIO, and we're hoping that that stock's going to reach $44 either today, which probably is unrealistic unless the market went just nuts. So probably 44 over the course of 2 days to 3 days would be more realistic. But that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Everybody take care and have a great rest of your day.